Human brain has many modes.
First psychedelic wellness center in Delray Beach. The psychedelic medicine industry is about to be the next $1 trillion industry. The Psychedelic Wellness Center in Delray Beach. It's days away from opening, and it's like a manifestation. I met Patrick and Jeff a year and a half ago, and this has come together into what's going to be a community center based around psychedelic medicine and wellness.
The way that we look at this, as you know, is very holistic in orientation and has a lot more to do with what you're doing after and before treatment than the actual treatment itself. Obviously, these medicines are incredibly effective at helping to effectuate a change when you're stuck, but it's really how do you then integrate that into your life and the things that you're doing to be able to make that a perpetual part of your lifestyle. Everything in here is specifically curated to, you know, maximize the efficacy and the experiential aspect of this, you know, down to the types of chairs that we're using, which are zero gravity Hale chairs to put you in an inverted floated state.
Total manifestation that this thing would grow from an action one day of you guys coming together with me and you know, wanting to put your time into healing other people. So it's pretty awesome.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
You too.
This came out great. This is my first time seeing this for today.
Wow.
So, where this is actually all being replanted. We had Calusia planted back there. So this is, you know, your post-ketamine treatment digestion lounge where you get to come and hang out, stay, relax, enjoy the space, utilize some spaces like this and the vibroacoustic equipment that we have around. And then we bring in some light refreshments and food to be able to support a integration sharing circle where everybody talks about these beautiful experiences that they had.
Wow. That sounds like a pretty complete solution.
Yeah.
So
and you're gonna
I'm
be there
looking forward to that event, to do ketamine in a space like this that's been curated with a good group. I mean, that's the ultimate, to me, use of a facility like this. Having this place manifest into a psychedelic wellness center in Delray, where it's needed the most, is pretty special. So,
pretty awesome.
Love it.
Anything in your fridge? You guys nailed it. You were on the same wave.
It's getting there.
How's it going? I'm Zappy. Nice to meet you. Psychedelic Wellness is coming to Delray Beach, Florida. In a matter of days, this place is going to be ready to host a group having a psychedelic experience right here in this town. I'm Zappy Zapolin. I found out about a hidden technology in nature that's been used by ancient civilizations and cultures throughout the world from the beginning of time. This ancient wisdom may be the answer to our modern problems. It's so controversial, it's been hidden by many governments, large corporations, and organized religions. This answer is so guarded that I had to go undercover to search the world for its keys that were hidden in the cracks of ancient cultures. So I partnered with my close friend Michelle Rodriguez to traverse the world to find it. We spoke with the world's most knowledgeable thought leaders before ever trying it ourselves. We had to be convinced it was the truth. This was our journey.
Destruction of everything I've ever known, everything I've ever believed in.
Miracles are shifts in perception.
You know there's something happening, but you don't know what it is.
If anybody has the right intent.
If you can't be happy in this world, you'll never be happy anywhere.
We're here with Holly Nelson, and she is a psychedelic advocate and the only woman who owns an MMA league. So How is it that you're combining sports and psychedelics? What's going on here?
Well, there's a lot that can be said about psychedelics being used for CTE and brain trauma in athletes specifically, but also I'm trying to champion change in legislation to allow for a lot of mental health healing that could take place. If you think about why someone would come off the streets and go into the cage for a living, they're probably coming from a blue-collar working background, and a lot of them have a lot of trauma. So the fact that, you know, on their off time they could use psychedelics to heal that and not be dinged for it in a professional space is one of the things I'm working on.
We're gonna try Dylan, our friend's alignment, and this is not chiropractic, but he is going to basically somehow release the fight or flight brain and open us up to more resonance.
I think that's a really cool concept. I even spoke to him about maybe utilizing this with my fighters to help them, you know, act better within their own bodies when it comes to left-right jabs. You know?
Ooh, so you're gonna basically be a guinea pig for your fighters.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty cool.
I know. I think it could.
I don't see them doing that over at UFC. You know.
Watch out, Dana.
It's known as the alpha biotic alignment and unification process.
Ooh, wow.
Say that 10 times
Alpha
fast.
biotic.
Alpha biotic. Alpha at one, biotic with life. Living at one with life as we were created to be. The alignment process is the most effective way that I've found that one human being can bring another human being into a state of whole brain function, brain-body connection, as we're created to be. It's a non-invasive, hands-on process, completely safe, proven to instantly unify the hemispheres of the brain, reset the entire system.
Let's go get aligned. All right.
The human brain has many modes, two primary functions. Fight, flight, freeze, protect, like as if a tiger or a bear is coming, and more whole brain function, repair, restore, regenerate, renew kind of quality. After the alignment, we can see balanced brain as above, so below. Balanced brain, balanced body. That piezoelectrical signal comes out of the nervous system, goes through the entire body saying no bear, no tiger, it's safe to come back into a state of whole brain function. Push up and resist without hurting yourself to the sky, all you got, push up. And I do go ahead and set up for the alignment. The table. Head nice and relaxed. Your head, it's like a big bowling ball of my forearm or something. A few more of them. I feel a little different.
It feels easier to breathe, actually.
Deeper breathing.
Asthma is something that I suffer from, and like when I just took that big breath from my nose, it was like actually easier to do.
Wonderful, yes. When the tigers come.
Yeah.
So often. Feel into your low back, shoulders, side-to-side neck rotation, peripheral vision.
I feel clearer. I feel like clarity of mind a little bit more.
Okay.
You know, like almost the way after you would do like a stimulant of some sort. If that makes sense. But yeah, the breathing part is really what's making me feel really good right now.
I'm going all the way down to your toes.
Feel a little bit lighter.
Around our DNA, we have a very thin water-like structure that's very hydrogen rich. So by drinking hydrogen water, breathing in hydrogen gas, having it being diffused to our brain, it supports, repairs, and upgrades our DNA, which then in turn strengthens our immune system. We have an industrial unit that's being used in cancer centers that's molecular hydrogen along with medical grade oxygen. We're seeing a lot of promise with hydrogen therapy.
Yeah, look at that. Just, it was like very localized here. I'm here at the Governor's Hurricane Preparedness Expo in Palm Beach, and the legendary Jeff Zur from Altitude Water is here. And these guys are a couple weeks away from having our mobile trailer unit that can make 200 gallons of pure, fresh drinking water for free from the air and the sun. We're gonna have that disaster unit that we can bring all around Florida, and anytime there's a hurricane or a disaster, or for first responders, we pull up the mobile unit and they have 200 gallons a day of fresh, pure water, free from the air.
Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, right? You know, so you just have this storm that just inundated all the filters and all the municipal water, so it's not drinkable, okay? You know, we have boil alerts with little storms, so imagine after a hurricane.
The Mind Army, we are an organization that just thinks you should think for yourself. So
right.
These are disruptive technologies. Psychedelics are a biohack, very disruptive. This water machine that makes water from the air, super disruptive.
The tiny companies like Coke, Pepsi, and stuff like that want the bottled water industry. How much money they make on that? It's the #1 beverage. So to be able to make your own water, it's not something that they want anyone to know about.
The statistic is that on a major blockbuster movie, they use 30,000 bottles of water during the making of that. The amount of plastic and waste and trucking and everything that has to happen, that's insane. You can just have some of the larger machines make your own water.
Let's go back to nature. You know, nature does it right. We're the ones that mess it up, right?
Yeah, we're gonna wander around this preparedness and see who's got their water situation taken care of, and if they don't, we're gonna have to give them a warning.
Same size as ours. All they do is communications. Where's the electric? Where's the water?
The difference between the Mind Army's water, the altitude water that takes it from the air, this machine, pure plastic. Plastic bottle, plastic tubing, plastic cups. The amount of waste right here is horrendous. If they put it in altitude water, plugged it into either an outlet or to solar, they now have free water and they avoid all the plastic that's happening. Plus, the tubes inside of here, after 6 months, if you have one of these, you can't even drink it, you have bacteria in there. I'm not sure you can trust the groundwater anymore. There's so much lithium and pollutants in the water that you get it out of there and then they put it in here. This is probably poisonous water.
Would you mind taking a walk over here and tasting our water from the other machine?
Pretty cool. It's like
anywhere between 3 and 15 gallons a day, depending on the humidity. At this temperature and humidity, it'll make about 7 gallons.
It's called the Mind Army.
So why don't you try that compared to the yes.
And we like disruptive technology, so psychedelic medicine, plant medicine, disruptive water technology, and we're just saying to people,
right.
Here, you want some more?
That's amazing, yeah. Some more gin to go with that, I'd be sick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm Zappy Zapolin. Welcome to Psychedelic Investing for Beginners. You're seeing this at a golden moment. The psychedelic medicine industry is about to be the next trillion-dollar industry. And I say trillion because psychedelic medicine is going to overtake medications like antidepressants, pain medications, addiction treatments. It's a massive market. And the beautiful thing about the timing is that institutional investors, large investors on Wall Street, want to come into this market. They know it's going to be big, but they can't. That has to do a lot with what exchanges these companies are on, the market that they're in. And so in this moment, you have the opportunity to get in before the investors on Wall Street. And that's a huge opportunity. When these trillion-dollar industries come along, if you get involved at the beginning with quality companies, you can create generational wealth for your family with just a little bit of money, and I'm going to show you how. What you're going to want to do is open up an account at a brokerage firm like TD Ameritrade. This one in particular I've found is helpful because they do trade in some of the smaller cap companies that are small cap now but are going to be huge later. Like the 1920s with pharmaceutical companies, like the 1990s with biotech companies. If you were to put in a little bit of money at that point, you could create massive wealth for your family. So right now, the opportunity exists for you to come in, but which stocks are you supposed to be in? That's what I want to tell you. The answer is companies that already have significant funding to do their research or access to capital to do that research. Because the companies that do the work are going to be the pharmaceutical companies of the future. And right now, the easiest way to play this industry is what's called an exchange traded fund, an ETF. It's a basket of psychedelic companies, all put together. And when you buy the fund, you're getting a little bit of all the companies. This makes it really easy. Some of the other bigger companies that have the funding are companies like Cybin, Atai Life Sciences, Compass Pathways. These are big companies and they've raised hundreds of millions of dollars. So when you're getting into that company now, if you put it away, you don't look at it, it may take 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, but if you were to put a little bit of money in now, you can create generational wealth for your family. We've seen some big things happen in the industry recently. An acquisition by AbbVie, a huge pharmaceutical company, just bought Gilgamesh, a psychedelic company. And so the action's starting to happen. You want to get involved before the government reclassifies, reschedules, or California goes legal at some point, or there's a big breakthrough with some product. You want to be in now. So what I'm suggesting is tune in every week. The reality is if you own these companies now, you have a chance to create generational wealth, like people who got involved early in cryptocurrency, in the internet, the domain name space, the automobile. That's the moment we have here. It's huge. Do not miss the window. Put some money in now, follow our channel and find out when to sell, when to add more, and if there's a big breakthrough, you're gonna know about it. So happy investing and welcome to the psychedelic industry.